Hey, what up, Wookie? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrapping up, getting set up here. What's up, dude? Got some exciting news that I can't share yet. But soon. Oop, where am I hearing it? Oop. Hey, what's up, Sam? I was going to hear my laundry machine going. Tuesday remote day. Nice, nice. What up, Clutch? Howdy, y'all. We talking bass fishing or what? We're talking just fishing. Let's talk about fishing. Whether it's bass fishing, cat fishing, whatever. I got some exciting news coming soon. What up, Sam? It's the internet. We can't keep a secret. Oh, that's why I can't share it yet. I can't share it yet. Otherwise, I'm currently wrapping up my video that I went to the vintage show. And it was cool, man. I'm going to be honest. Everything was priced kind of like high retail. So I didn't walk away with much. I did walk away with some. But with the Outdoor Rama and Ultimate Fishing Show coming up, I did not want to spend any money. Let me rephrase that. I didn't want to spend too much money because I do think the Ultimate Fishing Show will have more things that I will be able to use on a regular basis and a lot cheaper. Fortunately enough, as being a content creator, editing my videos, whether it's YouTube Shorts or editing videos, next month I got another video coming up, the Ultimate Fishing Show. The month after that, I got the Outdoor Rama. I'm wrapping up this vintage show. Like, I have plenty of content. I actually need to redo my list. I have a lot more videos, but I got plenty of stuff to do, which fortunate enough does keep me busy. And then I actually have more content coming up that I can't share yet. I'll be able to you guys will see the content on Sunday. That's all I'm going to tell you. You guys will see the content on Sunday. But I got some cool things coming up. So Ultimate Fishing Show, but like I said, the vintage show was cool, really cool. Saw a lot of cool things. Actually met a lure builder. He followed me on Instagram. He is in Michigan too. I don't know how far from where that vintage show is, but he is a Michigan. His name on Instagram is Handcrafted Lure Co. I think it's called. Let me check Instagram really quick. Yeah, Handcrafted Lure Co. on Instagram. He was at the vintage show, which was pretty cool. Itch for fishing? No, for sure. Fortunately enough, me editing my content scratches that itch because it's about fishing. And honestly, though, gaming, I've had like zero interest in gaming. Like zero. Zero. And it sucks, but it's true. Zero. Yeah. Talking about fishing, editing my fishing content, knowing what's coming up to record, it's allowed me to scratch the itch of fishing. It's like nicotine patch for the addiction. What up, Up Around Baits? Good to see you. Guys, again, we're streaming on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitch all at the same time. So if you want to see it live, you can come to my YouTube channel, Twitch. You can see what we're looking at, what I'm editing. Or you can stay here right on Instagram, which is cool too. Also, I do think, what up, T? I thought you were live. I was looking, I thought you were live. Before I started streaming, I was looking to see if you were live. I do think I still want to create a podcast, so that's going to be something that, and what I mean by podcast, I don't mean like the general, podcast. I literally just want to talk fishing and then record it and post it. Like, there's not going to be, I don't know if there's ever going to be a topic maybe there will be topics that come up in discussion, but it legitimately, I just want it to the podcast to legitimately be us talking, and that is the podcast. Whether that's through my buddy Terry coming on with me, we talking to you guys. Take a deep breath, T. Those were good days. Talk always. So I want to, you know, when I say podcast, I just want to have it be something fun where I don't want to stress about it, like schedule wise, like, oh, hey, every week we're going to do a scheduled podcast. No, it's just going to be like, hey, Terry, you available? You want to come on and sit down and we'll just chat, talk about fishing, see if people come in and want to talk about it. Oh, for sure. I think it'd even be more chill than that. Like, honestly, like Pro Moving Circus. Pro Moving's Move Circuits. I don't even think it would be that deep, to be honest. Like, it's going to be maybe some bait drops, some lures that I've thrown that I've seen at vintage shows, or things that I'm giving away, which there's one lure that I'm giving away. I haven't told you guys yet, but it is in a video coming up. Well, maybe not coming up, but you guys have seen it. Let's just say that. You guys don't know I'm giving it away yet. Unless you've been in the Instagram streams. I might have told you already. But got a lure giveaway coming up from Lazy Baits Co. We're going to be... I got to do a video where... oh, yeah. See, that's another thing. I got to design a worm. I'm moving to YouTube, Twitch ads, eating into the content. I always find it... I think Twitch needs to integrate skippable ads, because I find 30-second ads during live content way too long. Way too long. Specifically, like the beginning ads. I'm sorry, but... or like sometimes I feel like... no, maybe not a minute, but... during live content, that is just... you're missing conversation. I find that to be... even if it's during... like unless the streamer does it and like you're walking away going to the restroom, you're not missing anything. But when you first launch into a stream and getting that 30-second ad, that is so discouraging. Like, I don't want to be there. I'm done. I want to be in the stream, but like I'm clicking out. It happens every time for me. It is. I find it really frustrating during live content. I think they should have skippable ads, or just reduce the length of a intro ad. Somebody new to the stream coming in, maybe at 15 seconds, not a 30-second to a minute. Like, that's too long. That's way too long. It's way too long. So I don't want to give away too much of this video, so we're going to skip through things. The video is basically done. At this point, I'm just trying to remove things. So right now it's sitting at 41 minutes, and that is probably... the video is going to be longer. This is the vintage show. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video. Only reason why I say that is because it's not necessarily about conversation and whatnot. It's about what we see, what is cool, what you see, talking to people. I bumped into Gary, which is someone that I bumped into in my second estate sale. He recognized me from YouTube, which has never happened in my content creation career during Twitch. Nobody ever recognized me before unless it was going to a convention. But it was really cool. You know, I'm at the estate sale just kind of sorting through stuff, and Gary goes, do you have a fishing website? And I said, I'm thinking to myself, a fishing website? Who is this guy? Fishing website? No, I was like, fishing website? I do YouTube. He goes, yeah. You were at an estate sale where and he was trying to think of like where it was, and then he goes, there was construction caution tape all around it. I was like, yes, okay, you know me. I was like, that's cool. You watched the video, because it was the one where I picked up actually most of my. Actually, no, it was yeah. So he watched the first estate sale where I went back like multiple times. It was really cool. Zach Finds Fish. I'm actually trying to change my Twitch handle to that, but for some reason, it won't send me my second, like, authentication, right? I don't know if that's the word, but it won't send it to me on my phone. I can sign in, but when I want to change my name, it won't send it to me. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm just still ZG Photo. Yeah, it was really cool, Sam. It really was. It really was. So he was there at the vintage show. Obviously, my buddy Terry was with me. We kind of just walked around, bumped into Cody. Cody's the one who actually invited me to, well, put me onto that show, the vintage show. He's the one that the garage sale video that was passed, and then we're going to actually drop another one. I joke with my wife that I was tied up in the tackle section signing autographs. Yeah, with all the employees. Oh, hey, Sam, you're back. Yeah, we got the garage sale video coming up. That's next Thursday. That's coming up. And then I have this one. So I do believe I'm at a point where I could almost drop maybe 3 videos a month and still have backlog. But my thing is I want to keep the schedule. And the only reason why I want to say that is because next spring, summer, now I'm following the new channel. Hey, Clutch. Thank you, dude. The reason why I want to keep it to 2 videos a month right now is because even into spring, summer, my wife is no longer on maternity leave, so it's going to be a little bit harder for me to get out and go fishing as consistently as I was these last few months before winter because she was on maternity leave. She could watch the kiddos, and now that she's back to work, it's really going to be based on when I go to, if I drop Lydia off at preschool, can I go fishing? Will depend. Does Molly have a meeting, or does she have to go to work somewhere, actually go into the office because she works from home? So it's going to be all kind of dependent on her schedule. So it's really tough not posting more content, specifically because I have so much ready to go. I do have to make some thumbnails. I do need to make some teasers, but otherwise, I'm ready to go. I think I have, so I see, but I feel like I have more. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and then we have vintage. So 15 vintage, 16 Ultimate Fishing Show, 17 the Outdoor Rama, and then I have another one coming up where I'm going to be able to record a little bit later, but I can't tell you guys it yet. So that's 18. So I'm still sitting at 18 videos. So I have a decent amount of content ready to go, and I will say like 14 or 13 or 14 of them are edited and done. So if I keep to the schedule, I'll have, what up, Creed? I'll have plenty of content ready to go. I could probably drop 3 a month, but I really want to keep a backlog if I can. So I'm trying to mix it between fishing. I'm trying to mix it between fishing and vlogs. So you get a little bit of both. Because I do have a lot of vlogs, but I also have a lot of fishing. And I think I want to mix it. So like the first video that we dropped this month was fishing. That was fishing on the river. The end of the month, we're doing the garage sale. Oh, you're following the old one. Just ZG Photo. Yeah, ZG Photo. Yeah. I thought, so I had mixed feelings about it, but I thought about just taking over that channel and making it fishing because I was already sitting at like 2,200 subscribers on that one. I was like, you know what? I just want to start over. I legitimately just want to start over. I want to kind of separate myself from ZG Photo because I think, unfortunately, that chapter is closed. I'm no longer ZG Photo. And I was like, you know what? I just want to start over. I was brainstorming some names, like what I could do. It's very common to see somebody's name or somebody's name in the beginning or end where it's like fishing with Zach or Zach goes fishing or stuff like that. I'm like, should I do a name like that? And I was like, you know what? Let's see if I can just make something that's kind of catchy, like Zach finds fish. And so I asked a friend, do you like that one? Or Zach, I was just trying to think of fishing names. I was like, you know what? Everyone seemed to like that I asked Zach finds fish. I was like, you know what? I'm going to keep Zach finds fish. And sometimes Zach doesn't find fish. That's very common too. So yeah, I thought about taking over that other channel, but I was like, you know what? I just want to completely start over. And honestly, I've had a lot of success with starting over, and it honestly felt pretty good starting over. A little bit tough because it's like you are starting from zero, but it was also fun to kind of start over, create a new audience, a new community. And now with the terms of services this was before too. The terms of services on Twitch was different. But it's like now I can restream. So I can restream on Twitch, which I want to change to Zach Finds Fish. I can stream on YouTube. Restream, you can only do 2 for free. And so then I also stream on my Instagram, just from my phone. So like on Instagram, I could stream and you guys would see what's going on my desk. But I think right now I want to keep it Twitch and YouTube and then just stream from my phone. And you guys can, it's just different aspects. Unfortunately, on my phone, streaming on Instagram, you guys hear everything else. You hear the washing machine. You guys hear the, certain things that people on Twitch and YouTube don't hear because my mic, but nonetheless. Hey, what's up, Mulder? All is good, dude. All is good. Good to see you. It has been some time, man. It's been a long time. Long time. So now, again, what I'm going to try to do is, without showing you guys too much, I want to try to get rid of some of it. So I can shorten this a little bit, but again, this video is going to be a little bit longer because it's to showcase the vintage lures and things, not necessarily make it a quick digest video. This is something you kind of, you're browsing the vintage show with me because it was a buy, a sell, and a trade. You could buy lures, you could sell your lures, you could also trade your lures. And unfortunately, I mean, I guess it was a good thing for everyone because I didn't trade. I tried to trade, didn't work out. But so that means, again, if you guys are in Michigan and near the Ultimate Fishing Show, which is January 9th to the 12th, I'm going 2 days. Don't know what days yet, but I'm going to bring some lures in some mystery little bags. And if you bump into me at the Ultimate Fishing Show, go fishing with, see, but that's the thing is, like, I wanted to go fish with Zach or fishing with Zach or Zach Z loves fish. See, the thing is though, fishing with Zach is super common. There's fishing with Norm, there's fishing with trust me, just Google it. There's a lot. So I wanted to separate my name from something that isn't just so common. Like fishing with, fishing with Smalls, fishing with Yak Pack, fishing with Norm. Like everybody seems to have that same style. And I really just wanted to separate myself from that as well. Listen, when I was a Twitch streamer from 2014 to 2021. 2021 is when my daughter was born. I was full-time content creating. It was my job. How I made money for our family. And unfortunately though, but my wife was also working too, but my wife has more consistent job payment and gets insurance, gets health care, all that stuff. Like we get just 401k, all that stuff that is needed as you get older and need insurance. Nonetheless, I had to stop streaming, but making content, because I'm such a content creator, is you can be a lot more casual with it. And what I mean by that is, for example, my fishing content, I go record, and fishing content has been, I will say, to me, as someone that's been creating content for so long, obviously catching the fish can sometimes be a pain, because you want to go out, you want to make a video, but if you don't catch a fish, I'm not going to make a video of that. I'm not going to sit at my desk and make a 15-minute video where nothing happens. All right, let me rephrase that. Where I just don't catch a fish. Because, we could have some good conversations in those videos, but I don't want to sit at my desk, edit a 3-hour video down to 15 minutes for me never to catch a fish. But if you do make content, what's nice about it is, specifically fishing, what I've learned is that if you make a video, you don't have to rush it. Just take bite-sized pieces of your editing. I try to remind myself that, like, for example, I have so many videos ready to go that, like this video, for example, it's exciting, but it's really easy to edit because it's a vlog. I just piece the videos together and maybe cut some pieces out here and there. But like when I go fishing, I have to cut a lot out. So something like that, I can maybe do an hour of editing and then come back to it tomorrow, do another hour of editing. So I don't know how you feel with, like, you're like maybe a little bit nervous, excited, like what your path will be once the baby is born. Because again, with my daughter, it was like, I'm gonna still be able to stream, it's gonna be my job, and it just wasn't the plan for me. It just did not work out that way. But I was able to stay in my realm, content creation, and find different paths. It took a little while, I will admit. It was tough. I was like, man, I don't even know if I'll be able to do this anymore. It sucks because I love content creation. I went from gaming 12 to 16 hours a day as a job to doing Pokemon content, which you guys can't really see. Pokemon content. But the problem with Pokemon content is it's very expensive. So I was like, I can't do this anymore. This is just not financially sound. And I actually made some decent money from it, but problem is it was like 1 for 1 and sometimes like 0.5 for 1. So like I was spending way more than I needed to on videos nonetheless. Like I can't do that anymore. And I was like, okay, what else can I do? So I started doing like one of my jobs that I work. I'm not going to really discuss it, but I make content around that. And it just was like, I don't want to do that anymore. Like I just want to go work and make the money. So I'm like, what do I do? And then I got back into photography. Some of you may know that I used to work for an automotive forum. I would take pictures. I would go to auto shows and debuts for them and take pictures and make some content. I was like, okay, sweet. I'm getting back into it. That's where ZG Photo was born. But unfortunately, it got to a point where like I was begging people to try to take pictures of the car, and I was like, this is just not me. I'm like, I just don't want to keep constantly DMing you, hey, let's schedule something. Hey, let's schedule something. Hey, let's schedule. It's like, I don't want to do that. But my buddy Terry, who's in all my videos, him right there in the video, he let me use his GoPro for the auto show. And when I came to the conclusion that I don't want to do ZG Photo anymore, I decided, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go fishing and I'll bring his GoPro. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Extreme Outdoorsman, guys. Well, nonetheless, I put on a GoPro and I fell in love with fishing and creating content around it because I found it to be, one, the most relaxing, two, the easiest to, like, mentally for me, to where I was like, if I'm going to do content and if I don't catch a fish, I really just can't sit here and edit this for 3 hours. I just can't do it. I just can't. So I decided to make it very stress-free for me, in the sense of, if I am going to create content around fishing, I need to make sure, because again, I've been creating content for so long. And again, with gaming, I gamed for 8 years, and I know full-time as a job. I gamed my entire life. But now that hobby turned into a job, and that job turned into stress, and that stress made it ruin my favorite hobby, which was gaming. And so now I legitimately don't game anymore. So my biggest thing is now I do not stress about making a video if I can't. Like if I go out fishing, don't catch a fish. I'm not sitting at my desk for 2 to 3 hours trying to edit a video. I can't do it. So I think where I was going with that bump around is, take your time with it. When you have time, edit. When you don't have time, don't stress about it. The video will be there ready for you to edit. So that's where I was kind of going with it. Just don't stress about it, because like for me, with Lydia being our first, didn't know what to expect. You know, people tell you things, but you really don't know. And now granted, I'm assuming this is your first, just assumption, but I think for me, with content creation, fishing has been the most stress-free as a content creator, because I've taken it a different way. When I was young creating content, I was like gung-ho every day. I still am gung-ho every day, but a different mentality, way different mentality. I think with this, I'm way more relaxed, way more carefree, way more, I worry less about numbers. But when I was younger, I was all about numbers, because that's what they tell you, like follows, subs, views, all these things. And it's just like, people will watch your content. Phone, I'm not giving myself a thumbs up. Stop it. So yeah, just take your time with it. Have fun with it. Spend time with your family. It's the most important. I know it's stressful. But video content creation can be the most relaxing, because you can create the video and then edit it later. And you could take your time with it. I think that's my biggest takeaway from fishing, is take your time to edit the video. Don't stress about, and in the beginning too, don't stress about a schedule. I think that's another thing that I learned is, you know, you watch these people give tips and tricks about YouTube and the algorithm and post as much as you can and all these things. And like for me, I have videos ready to go, but the problem is if I post them all, I won't have any content backlogged, and I'll be sitting here trying to figure out what I'm going to edit. And so now that I'm a, full-time stay-at-home dad to 2 children, I'm sorry, I'm looking up at my video board. But I have 2 children, full-time stay-at-home dad. I don't know exactly how many times I'll be able to go out fishing consistently. So having a backlog is super important. So upload to a schedule. Don't stress about uploading as many as you can. And I'm sorry about this rant. I apologize. I feel like that was a little bit of a rant, but there's just I can't stress it enough, man. I will say I've consistently fished for like hardcore for like 1 year. 1 year just consistently fishing every other day, learning a lot, remembering that my buddy lives on a private lake. Being able to consistently make content on that lake, it allowed me to create backlog. And the fishing, and again, I'm kind of going into my rant, but when I started streaming, it was Destiny 1, which is a Bungie game. That was my content creation. That was my game that launched me into Twitch. That game and that community around that game was welcoming, was super friendly. Everybody was helping support each other. On Twitch's side, if you're newer to it, they're called raids, where other streamers would send their viewers to your channel, blah, blah, blah. It was insane. The support was unreal. But, as time went on and things changed, the game got maybe some people upset because things were changing they didn't like, blah, blah, blah. And the community kind of separated, playing different games. So the community just changed. And so I've been a part of this fishing/outdoor community for a year consistently. And it reminds me so much of the Destiny 1 days, where everybody's super welcoming, and not in a negative way. I'm not saying like all of a sudden it's going to separate, people change things. No, like I think this could be way more consistently open arms to people. But it just reminds me of that because everybody is so welcoming, so friendly. Everybody is just trying to support each other, catch big fish. Everybody hypes around you. Like it just reminds me of Destiny 1. Like that's what it reminds me of. I wish I was better with digital creation part. I got ways to capture footage and have some footage. Well, if you mean like capture like live, or do you mean like editing videos? Dude, so for example, Movavi, which is the program I use, it reminds me of iMovie. And what I mean by that is it's super user friendly and basic. Like it just cut, paste, do what you need to do, but like there's nothing flashy about it. And that's just, you got to get your toes wet, man. That's the thing, is you just got to do it. You just got to start. Everybody starts at something. Now granted, I made Call of Duty montages way back in the day. Like that's how I found my passion for video creation. That's how I found it. Way back in the day, you guys can look up Militiaman 101 on YouTube. That is me at like 17. Probably from 17, maybe even a little bit younger, to I went to college. Into my sophomore or junior year, I was making Call of Duty videos, and then my computer just took a crap, and I couldn't make videos anymore. But that was my passion. That's how I found my passion. You just got to do it. But yeah, look up Militiaman 101. You'll find me on YouTube creating YouTube content. It seems like COVID jump-started a lot of channels or helped channels grow, so seeing you surviving and growing post-COVID is thumbs up. Yeah, man, like, not even surviving. Like, I started this channel a year ago, so 2023. And I mean, with COVID, everybody's just in their house watching content. Like, that's where content creation was born, because I would say flourished during those times, because everybody is home, either watching it or creating it. So it really, but I don't think it changes much. Like obviously I do wish I started a little bit. I wish I found fishing a lot sooner than I did, because I wish I would have known how happy it would have made me as it is right now. But as a content creator, like, I mean, it is what it is. You could start making content in a year. Like, you get everything set up, ready to go. And as long as you're having fun, because I got a comment on my garage sale video where somebody said, I forgot exactly, but along the lines of like, you need to talk more during like, this is boring, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, to be fair, man, I'm at a garage sale with other people. I'm not what do you want me to say? Like, now, granted, I know some information about lures and some information about what I'm finding, but I'm also trying to be respectful. Like, I don't, we're in a garage sale. I'm not trying to like act like a YouTuber. I want people, obviously people see the GoPro. Obviously people see my dead cat on my chest. It's a figure of speech, not actual dead cat. It's the mic cover nonetheless. And people know that I'm creating content. Specifically at this vintage show, there was like seven people like creating content. You doing something. So it's very obvious. So to me, I don't want to also be like that guy where I'm at this garage sale just acting like a YouTuber. I was there looking for myself. I just brought the GoPro around. Like, I almost, in my mind, I brought the GoPro, I put the GoPro on my chest and brought you guys with me. But I wanted to make a video where it was like, even if I didn't have my GoPro on, this is what I'd be doing. Now, granted, I talked to you guys a little bit here and there, but I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just, randomly talking all the time to people that are standing right next to me. Like, oh my God, this guy's so annoying. Like, like blah, 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 and it's not even about embarrassment. I'm trying to be respectful. And the same thing at this vintage show. I don't talk a lot. I talk a lot more just because it is kind of like a convention show. So like, I'm talking a lot more people are talking to me. But at the garage sale, I'm being respectful and things like that. The second garage sale, people start recognizing me, like, because I've been there now twice. So I chat with people a lot more. But I don't know. You just got to start, Sam. I know you keep talking about it. You just got to do it, man. Just do it. As Shia LaBeouf says, man, just do it. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Just do it. You got to start. Same with you, Clutch. Just do it. It's not as hard as you think it is, man. It really isn't. For example, this video, it literally, so for example, okay, I want to slice this in half. I select the scene. I right click, I click split. That's it. And then you just cut and you just remove what you want. Like, that's it. It's really not hard. You just got to start. It's not as hard as you think it is. It may be intimidating at first because there's a lot of transitions and fades and text you can throw on and effects you can put on. But it really isn't as intimidating as you think as long as you just start. You got to just do it. Just do it. And Movavi, again, I don't really recommend it. It's kind of like a not that great of program, but it gets the job done. I think I spent like $40 on the program. So, what up, bro? Welcome. So I don't know. I just recommend Clutch. Just start. Sam, just do it, man. Just start doing it. Just create some content. Right now, Lazy Bates is trying to create some content and do some streams, and he's extremely nervous and talking to the phone or make videos, because I think that's like the one takeaway that besides the people that I have met from streaming, is my ability to just talk. That is truly the one thing that I will take away that I have learned from streaming, is the ability to nonstop talk. And I think that's super important. You literally are just saying your thoughts out loud, and also try not to say a lot. I know I still say it. I know I still say like, but I learned from Twitch the ability to talk a lot, but also pause instead of saying or like. Those are two takeaways from streaming that I really did learn. Yeah, he's going to start streaming. He actually reached out to me about a mic. But yeah, he's going to start streaming, and he was talking to me like, I don't know if I can do this. Like, I'm super nervous. I feel like a goof talking to myself to my phone. I'm like, man, but that's the beauty of it. Nobody sees it until you post it. So you can record it a million times. And then he said, well, my wife hears me and I sound like a goof. I'm like, to be fair, my wife hears me talk all the time. And to be honest, she's not listening. She doesn't care. Like, they really don't care. They know what you're doing. They hear you talking, but they don't care. They're not listening. They know what you're doing. So I gained a lot of confidence from Twitch, and I want to be very clear too. I'm very much an introvert. So that means, if you don't know, I do not gain any energy. Like, I get extremely tired from talking to new people. This is different, though, because I don't actually see your faces. But, like, for example, this vintage show that I went to, it was kind of exhausting. I did get a little bit of energy because it's stuff that I like to see, fishing stuff. But talking to new people and introducing myself and being that networker that you kind of need to be sometimes when you're an influencer or a content creator, it's exhausting. And so I am a very good fake extrovert. And what that means is I can act like I'm very outgoing and very, this is easy for me. But at the end of the day, when I left that show, I was exhausted. I was tired. So I'm a very good fake extrovert. And so that's another thing that I've learned from content creation is you need to put your fear aside of what other people may think. And I learned that from my mom's death. My mom died in 2018, and I learned from that experience. I'm an only child, single parent. What I learned from that experience was life is too damn short to care too much. There's certain people that you want to care about what they think of you, but just do not let your fears of what other people think of you keep you from doing something. So, like content creation, you're always going to get comments in your whatever video you're making, someone hating on you, someone, critiquing you, whatever. But the beauty of it is you're the one making the video, you're making the content, whatever it is, and it's your video. If they want to do it differently, they can go ahead and do it. I think my ability to talk, my ability to pause, the people that I met through streaming, I have some really close friends, even some that from Twitch that I met from streaming came to my wedding. And my ability to become now a professional fake extrovert. Those are things that I really did pick up. And the more you do it, the better you'll get. I was on a guest Bass After Dark podcast and was super nervous, but I feel like that broke the ice, and next time I could open up more. Totally. I mean, even me, going on a podcast, for example, if I go on a podcast of people that I know only from watching their content, I'm nervous. I don't want to say too much. I don't want to sound silly. You don't want to talk about yourself too much. You don't want to, there's always things that float around your head, even for me. So you've learned something. You've gained experience. You've gained experience from that event, and you can use it for the future now. Totally. Is this where I can buy a champion? A champion? Is that from Sea of Thieves? What is that? Oh, champions. Oh, didn't finish the sentence. A champion's path break for Charizard? Dude, I miss those days. I will say that was some fun, dude. What up, Thick? That was some fun, man. I do miss it. I do miss it, man. Hey, man, but I am selling Pokemon cards, dude. I'm willing to sell some of my cards, dude. I got a PSA 10. Got a PSA 10, guys. If anybody's interested, I got a PSA 10 Blaziken alt art. PSA 10. PSA 10. Okay. I'm now selling basically my entire collection to start investing into fishing. So willing to part with them. JT actually bought a ton of my product a while back. He helped me get started in some fishing stuff. All right, so my son, depending if he's not awake already, waking up soon. So I keep waking up to this video on my screen and saying, all right, in the morning I'm going to edit. But it was hectic this morning because I forgot it was fishing's been good, man. Fishing's been really good. Now, granted, it's done for the season for me. But fishing's been really good, man. It's been a lot of fun. The editing, the content, the random places and the people I've met. I just went to a vintage lure show, which is the video I'm editing right now. Well, granted, it's done. I'm just trying to trim it up a little bit. But, I've met a lot of people, and it's been good, man. It's been really good. I haven't seen Cody yet. Like, in boxes. I haven't seen Cody yet. Let's see.
Well, what kind of fishing do you guys do?
Bass fishing. This guy was trying to sell to me hardcore trying to sell to me. Again, this show was really cool. Things were just really expensive, and it's not that they weren't priced right. I just think for me, the lures are cool. The older lures are cool, and again, I think maybe next season when this show comes back around, I'll go to it and maybe actually get some stuff. But right now, it's just not my budget. So buying old lures just because they're old and making a video out of them just wasn't in my price range, especially with the Ultimate Fishing Show coming up. The Ultimate Fishing Show has huge variety. I don't know about vintage, but it has huge variety. But it just has things that I will actually use and could use on a daily basis when I go fishing. Here, it was kind of cool because you just see a lot of older style lures and things you just don't see. But this guy was trying to sell me hardcore. Now, granted, he was willing to sell me a lure for $5, and it doesn't sound terrible, right? Like $5, that's not bad. The lure he's gonna sell me, I don't know if you guys are gonna see it yet, but he was trying to sell me. It was cool. It was old. It was very unique, very kind of gimmicky. But the problem that I have with it, even though it's $5, doesn't sound bad. I might only get 1 or 2 casts out of it, and I'm like, I can't do it. Even though it's old, it looks cool. It's kind of gimmicky. It'd been fun in a video. I just could not part with $5 for it. Maybe like $2, and I probably could have negotiated with him, but I just wasn't interested. As soon as he said $5, I'm like, $5 for that? Like, just because it's the only one you've ever seen? The thing with this show, I felt like it was a lot of, because because it's vintage, they also put it with value, and the reason why it's on your table and nobody's picking it up is because it's not value. And it was just really tough. So I did my best looking around for things. I did come home with some stuff, but it was tough. Mainly.
I got some bass fishing stuff
okay.
Here, but I've got some newer Palas. This is more walleye kind of stuff.
Okay.
But, I can
the Bass Fishing Archives, I have not.
Tell you we catch a lot of smallmouth.
Yeah.
When we're out,
yeah.
looking for walleye.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And because
they do go back and forth.
See, but I want to go that deep.
Because it comes to the top.
They do.
Of course. Yeah.
And a lot of smallmouth.
Yeah.
When we're out,
yeah.
looking for walleye.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And during summer, because it comes to the top of the water, it's a small.
They do go back.
I think it's though too. It's like, yeah,
looking for walleye.
yeah, of course.
A lot
of information on old looters. Okay.
It's a small.
I just, like I said, I don't want to become a collector of old lures, and the reason why I say that is because I don't want to just buy old lures to hold on to them. My mentality with fishing has been vintage lures are pricey, yes, but that's the thing, is like they're selling them top dollar, and it's like, to me, vintage lures at this point, unless you're a collector, are too high priced. Just because like in my mind, I'm buying them to fish with them, and if a vintage lure is $20, that's a little too pricey for me. I can't do that. I just can't do it. I know it's vintage, things like that, but like in my mind, I'm buying them to fish with them, not to collect them. If I was a collector, $20 would probably not be that bad because I'm never gonna fish with it. It's something to look at. It's cool to have and own. But I went to an estate sale, picked up a huge tackle box worth of stuff for like $30. So it's I think that's where I've kind of struggled, because I can see that I can get these lures, and some of these people probably have been at the estate sales that I've been to, and they're selling them for premium. But I will say again, I don't know if I'm gonna show them yet, but because I'm trying to trim. But there's a guy that I met who makes handmade lures, and he was selling them for high price, but they were 100% worth it. Not even that high. Like, it was actually really reasonable price. Have I started establishing my go-to baits? Absolutely. My go-to baits are a craw, a worm, in the right time of season, a frog. Like a frog is my confidence bait. I will say craw if the biting is tough, a worm if the biting is tough, or just want to use a worm. Big worms I got a video coming up with that one. Craws, worms, frog, spinner, chartreuse and white spinner bait. Go-to. I mean, trying to think. A fluke has been really good. I've had a lot of luck with flukes. I would say, like, if I had to choose one right now, if, like, I'm going to a new spot, if I'm trying to go to a new spot and I don't know if there's any fish in there, I throw a craw. That's my are there fish in here bait. And if I don't get any sort of bites, then I'm like, maybe there's not something that's going to bite this. But craw has been my go-to. Craw and it's actually a Guggen bait, which I found that I really like the color. It's the Kraken craw, and it is plopper is always go-to as well. But the problem that I have with ploppers is because I'm such a bank angler, that ploppers are really good if you're away from the bank. Like, same with the frog, too. The frog has the same thing, but I like it, frog, because it's weedless. Plopper is my go-to topwater bait if I have the ability to throw a plopper. Like, frog, if it's a little bit tighter area and there's a little bit of lily pads and whatnot, or like just weed cover in general, I'm throwing a frog, 100%. That's just grabbing my frog, grabbing the all-white frog from Strike King. Just basic frog. $5 frog at Walmart is my go-to frog because I legitimately never have to squeeze the water out of it. I've bought 3 of those frogs. I will not be without that frog. I legitimately never squeeze the water out of it. And now I got this bait, which I'm excited about. Again, I don't know if it's still on sale. I would check. But this is going to be a fun one to throw in spring. It is the Lab Rat BBZ Fish Labs BBZ Rat. And I got it. It's a $20 basically plopper rat, or you could walk it. For $20, I got it for $14. It says $14.97 on the back, but they were actually selling it for even cheaper on their website, so I price matched. What type of frog? I got one. Should try if you haven't. It's a walking. What do you mean? What type of frog? Oh, well, yeah, the Strike King white frog. Just basic frog. Finesse guy. Well, I mean, I guess it's really tough because I am such it always just depends, because, like, again, I'm fishing from the bank. So, like, when you're fishing from the bank, depending on the location, the time of year, there's just so many variables. But I find finesse is just always the best chance to potentially catch something, like a craw or a wacky worm or things like that. Because then if I go to ponds that I've never been to before, have no clue if there's fish in it, because a lot of the ponds that are near me are all retention ponds. They're not stocked with bass. They're not like a golf course pond. I don't know if there's any fish in it. I usually throw something that's a little bit more finessey because the probability of catching a fish goes way up. But I will say frogs, I've taken to there was a trailer park that I went to, and I know trailer parks have good fishing in them. And I went to it, and I actually made a short of it a long time ago, and I was throwing a frog around, had a bite with the frog. He missed it, and I'm like, this is why I love frog fishing, because there's no cover, no weeds, no nothing. I'm just throwing it kind of along the bank. There's just kind of some muck on the top, and a bass came out and just tried to hammer it. And then I couldn't get him back. I threw out a craw. I think was it a worm? I can't remember. Worm or a craw, one of the two, and was able to catch a fish. You won't go back. I don't know, man. I found, how much is that? How much is that frog? I have found a frog that I truly love. Hookup ratio is good. It is a hollow body frog by Strike King. It is just the basic one. Basic. And I see, but that's the thing is I can't wait to. So originally I'm gonna have to go check and see if my wife got my. Sounds like she's walking. Either way, that's what I wanted the deadbolt for. I was reaching out to Cast King like, hey, can you make some content on this? I'm looking at this because I love frog fishing. That's what I wanted it for. And they reached back out to me, and all of a sudden they're sending me one. But it was too late in the season to catch any frog bass. So next season, I can't wait to use my Speed Demon Pro frog rod and my deadbolt. I cannot wait. Legitimately can't wait. But I love that combo for even because it's for punching too. The deadbolt is for punching, but I have used that combo for more of like my finesse stuff, but heavier finesse stuff. That is what I've used it for. So like a bandito bug on a 3/16 weight, or a giant worm, which I have right here. The giant 10-inch worms, I threw that. So I have loved that for more than just what my plan was, which was frogging. So I'll be right back. My dog's barking, and go grab my son. I'll be right back. Hey, what's up, Fly? All right, everyone. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to use my deadbolt for what I intended it for too. I'm excited. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing really good. Can't complain about too much. Might go make another cup of coffee here in a moment, but otherwise, all is good. Want to say something? You want to say something? You want to say something, you Mr. Smiley boy? Mr. Smiley boy. Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm telling you, full. So then I suggest one. I recommend my frog that I recommend is the Strike King frog. It's not a KVD sexy frog or anything. It is just the Strike King frog, which now granted, I can't find it anywhere. So oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to check it out. It isn't the same. Okay. Yeah, I totally recommend though. You know what? I'll go grab it really quickly. Wanna come with me? We're gonna show him a frog. All right, so you can find it on Tackle Warehouse. Okay, sweet. So then perfect. This is the frog that I recommend right here. This one, just the classic Strike King frog. This frog, I'm still throwing the original, and it's still working good. It's probably like this next season will be the last time I'll be able to use it because it is starting to break down a little bit. But because I love it so much, because the idea that I don't have to squeeze the water out of this frog makes it so much more valuable. Like, if I could find, I have so many frogs now that I've given a try, and I've yet to find another one that does not fill up with water. I cannot find one that doesn't. And now, granted, I haven't used the KVD ones, and I'm sure maybe they're the same. But that frog, I legitimately never squeeze. Never squeeze. Want to say something? Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Goo goo gaga. Whoa, where are you going? But all right, guys, I'm probably gonna wrap it up here. It was good chat. I'm glad all of you guys came in here to give me someone to talk to. So that's always fun. I'm probably gonna wrap it up and go get him a bottle. Do you trim the legs? I do. That is one thing I do on that one. Oh, actually, I will also say scum frogs. Scum frogs, I do not have to squeeze, and I will say from the vintage show, Gary, he actually let me buy. He had a brand new not brand new. I don't know if it was brand new, but it's one of the tungsten scum frogs. He let me buy it from him for like $3. He actually said $2, and I was like, well, I have 3. Let me give you $3 for it, because it really is. That's a $10 frog. And scum frogs, they never fill with water either. Their bodies are just a little bit softer, but it's the tungsten one, which is really nice. So I'm excited to throw that one around as well. So I actually also recommend scum frogs. I had a really bad initial experience with the scum frog that I had, but now that I've thrown them more, I definitely do. I do like them a lot. I do like them a lot. But my first experience, I was just really new to frog fishing. So it wasn't the scum frog's fault. It was my fault. Also, he's so chill. He's so chill. What do you see? What do you see? What do you see? Give me a smile. Yeah. He's such a smiley boy. He really is. Yes, I do trim the legs. I do. All right, guys. I will probably see you guys tonight, if not. What did the fish say when he swam into a wall? Damn. That's feels good to hear those dad jokes. Feels good to hear those dad jokes. Want to say bye to everyone? Oh, hello. Say bye. You want to say bye? You want to say bye to everyone? Bye, everyone. All right. If I stream tonight, I hope to see you guys there. If not, make sure you guys stay connected to Instagram. If you're watching this later on Instagram, make sure you guys also follow me on YouTube, Zach Finds Fish, or Twitch. You guys can watch the live content there as well. But I want to just say thank you, everyone, for coming in and saying hi to me. It feels good to be able to chat with you guys. Everyone, bye. Bye, everyone.